If you're wondering why I'm wearing a beautiful jersey and a jacket over, because the very special person who bought me this jersey bought it before I'm going to start using Belite. All right, so after wearing this jersey, I am going to consume Belite every day. Okay, that's my dream now. Now, what's going to happen next is something I enjoy the most at VCon. A lot of you do not know the relationship I have with J.R. Meyer. J.R. Meyer, I call him my brother and I mean it. But more importantly, he is my brother. Only difference, he was born during the day and I was born during the night. Okay, which you will see shortly. And J.R. and I, for years, I can't remember, almost forever, will find a reason to share the stage together. Because I love being on stage with him. I watched him grow from being nervous to even speak to 20 people to today being one of the best speakers I've seen from the corporate world. And you watched his QNet videos earlier, the past 3 days, unbelievable. But more importantly, JR speaks from his heart. And he has stood by me, watched my back, okay, loyal, more loyal than anyone I know to Dato Sri Vijay and Japa, and our friendship evolved into a brotherhood. And I learned so much from him throughout my journey, and we are partners for life, okay? Our wives must be one day very jealous of our relationship, I'm very sure, okay? And I cannot spend one day without speaking to my brother J.R. Meyer. So I'm going to get him here, all right, live with me to do what we do best at VCon. And we have a mega surprise for all of you. So if you are planning to go to the bathroom right now, stop and sit down. So V Convention Connect, help me welcome the one and only J.R. Meyer. Abo.
Hi, Chief. How are you?
I'm good, Jay. I can't believe you're doing this.
But I miss you so much. You know, this is the longest I have not seen you. I haven't seen you for 6 months. And I think ever since Dato Sri brought us together, you know, so many years ago, 20 years ago, we've always met each other every couple of weeks, every couple of days, somewhere in the world. And today it's been 6 months. And I just want to hug you and wish you a very, very happy birthday. Hug, hug. Guys, Chief, thank you so much for your kind words of introduction. I am so proud. If there's one brotherhood that I am so proud about, it is our brotherhood that we've built over the last 15 years, the last 20 years. It's unbelievable. And I'm so proud of it. And I've learned so many things from you. And I'm always grateful for, you know, you changing me and showing me so many things that I was completely oblivious to in my prior life, in my solid corporate life. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you, JR. All right. You look good with that very cool jersey, which I'm wearing also. All right.
Yes.
And JR and I are here today to talk about one of the most beautiful relationships that QNet has established over the last 6 years, which has not only helped us grow, but help us understand the value, all right, of us being partners with one of the most unbelievable organizations around the world. So, JR, what are we talking about today?
It all started, Chief, about 6.5 years ago when you and I and some of the other V partners and directors, we all flew into London and then further continued to Manchester City. And we went into the Etihad Stadium and signed this unbelievable sponsorship agreement, the partnership agreement between QNet and Manchester City Football Club. And, you know, the 3 years passed by so fast. We extended by another 2 years, and we actually became partners of the Manchester City women team. And then last year, we actually topped it up and signed an additional 5 years with Manchester City as the official direct selling partner of this unbelievable club that over the last 10 years has won more trophies in global football than any other club there is, basically. And so this season, the season that's starting in a week, will be our 7th English Premier League season as, you know, this unbelievable official direct selling partner, and we're just so excited about it.
And guys, JR, I'm going to tell them why this is so important. All right? When Dato Sri Vijay told us to sign that agreement with Manchester City, because there is no better English Premier League football club than Manchester City. They are so aligned with us. And let me tell all the networkers why this partnership, our official direct selling partnership with Manchester City, means very much to you. All right? Firstly, every day you go out there and do your presentation, some moron is going to question you about our credibility. How strong is QNet? Is QNet a trustworthy company? So let me help you answer to all the morons out there. Guys, Manchester City is one of the most respected, successful football clubs in the world. And when they wanted to sign the agreement with us, can you imagine the due diligence that this great football club and their 200 lawyers did before putting the pen ink on the paper and to stay with us for 6 years? So I don't care about the opinions of the next door neighbor, the guy you sit down with Starbucks, anyone. Because as far as I'm concerned, we have achieved the greatest endorsement QNet can ever wish for. That is, Manchester City has given us the thumbs up and attached their unbelievable great name to our great name. As you can see next to JR on the screen, the lock-up logo of Man City and QNet. That is enough to tell the world how great we are and how great Manchester City is. JR?
Chief, one thing that I want to mention and go a little bit back to into the past was basically one very significant trip you and I did with the Achievers Club in October 2015. I will never forget it. It was an unbelievable experience. Pretty much the first time we went there for a big match with all the top guys, the Diamonds, the V Partners, the Platinum Stars and everyone. And at that day, at that weekend, we met the Manchester City corporate team. And they were so impressed with our Swiss-made watches by Cimier and Bernard H. Meyer. They said, guys, why don't you basically design and produce an incredibly beautiful official Manchester City Football Club collection for us? And of course, we said yes. And the rest is pretty much history, because in 2016, we launched the first limited edition Manchester City QNet watch collection by Cimier Switzerland. And all those watches are completely sold out. Then 2 years later, in 2018, we launched the second QNet City, but made by Cimier, Swiss-made watch collection. Unbelievably beautiful watches. I think a few single pieces are not yet sold, and basically we're just getting them off the shelves as we speak. And now, guys, for the very third time, Man City and QNet have teamed up together with Cimier Switzerland, and we are doing this one more time. And this time, you're gonna just love it. They are the most beautiful timepieces ever designed by mankind.
Now, please understand this, what JR just said. Firstly, all right, Manchester City has officially licensed us to manufacture watches with their most precious commodity, that is that logo, that beautiful logo of Manchester City. So in partnership with QNet and Cimier, we were given the permission by Manchester City to create Swiss timepieces, all right, with the Cimier name, the QNet name, and the Manchester City logo on a timepiece that will last for eternity. And that, I believe, makes this limited edition limited production Cimier QNet Man City watches, some of the most priceless timepieces in the watch industry. And today, JR and me, all right, JR, are we ready to show them what's coming?
Absolutely. Guys, are you ready? Can we show you a little clip?
For We Convention Connect around the world, you are going to be seeing something for the first time. And JR, myself, a fantastic team from Cimier and QNet worked tirelessly to put together this design, which was thumbs up once again by Manchester City. So we are here proudly to present to you the 2020 edition of the Man City Cimier QNet watches.
Unbelievable, Chief. I mean, they're so beautiful. I'm actually wearing the black one, the limited edition automatic black. It's limited to 1,894 pieces only worldwide. I think you're wearing the rose gold.
I'm wearing the unbelievable rose gold automatic limited edition. JR is wearing the superb sporty black limited edition. These are the two watches you saw in the center of the selection of four. JR, you want to tell us about the four pieces?
Well, they're just unbelievably beautiful. We put so much attention into detail. You can actually see it there very well on the screen. I mean, we've integrated the
JR, you got to slow down. Translation is too excited with your voice.
Okay, sorry. So we put a lot of attention to detail, as Chief already explained earlier. We integrated the signature obsidian blue color of Manchester City into each and every single model. So you have it in the strap, you have it on the dial, you have it on all the little details, and it's really beautiful, beautiful. And of course, each and every watch is engraved on the case back with an official Manchester City Football Club licensed product. So it's all, beautifully licensed and official. And the limited editions in the center, the automatic pieces, are just unbelievable. And they're going to sell out like always in no time, because the global Man City fan family will just be super excited about this.
And guys, if you don't know, JR and I love watches. And we were so thankful when Dato Sri Vijay acquired Cimier to manufacture the best Swiss-made watches to be sold on the QNet platform. And I know watches. I'm a watch addict. And when I saw this piece, all right, I told JR, I would walk into any store in the world and look at this watch in a display and pay anything between 5 to 10,000 US dollars just like that without a second thought, guys. That's how beautiful the craftsmanship of Cimier is on these watches. You have a steel quartz, you have a yellow gold quartz, you have the black automatic, and you have the rose gold automatic. All right, perfect selection. And ladies, the size is just nice for it to be considered a unisex watch. So don't think this is a man's watch. No, it's not. It's a everybody's watch. And what I want to convey to all of you, you have purchased watches from QNet, all right, with the proud name of Bernard H. Meyer, Cimier, Kairos. But now, one watch, like Giri said, is never enough. And please, I'm telling all of you, this one and the one JR is wearing, all right, is limited edition. So once it's sold, it's gone. It becomes a part of history on your hand. So whatever you're doing tonight after VCon Connect, run. Because JR and I expect these watches to finish, the limited edition ones, to finish very fast. And you want this in your collection. JR?
Actually, Chief, the watches will be selling on the QNET e-store globally, and of course also in the Manchester City flagship store at the Etihad Stadium and online. We're going to be launching it in QNET in about 2 weeks, right?
2
Pretty
weeks.
much on the day.
Not tonight, 2 weeks time.
Exactly. 2 weeks from now, when Manchester City kicks off the English Premier League season, we will be launching the watches. And then I think about a month later, we will be launching on the Man City flagship store and e-store.
And JR, the past 3 days, as you know, we are so excited about VCon Connect. We were so unsure, and it turned out to be magic, all right, thanks to the V. And the past 3 days of the QNET sessions, all right, by the QNET team, I've been getting unbelievable feedback from all over the world on the product sessions and everything else.
Yeah, actually, Chief, this is always the toughest part for me at VCon. Doesn't matter whether it's VConvention Connect or whether it's the regular VConvention. On the last day, it's actually tough to say, it is the last day, because you just want to continue and live in a VConvention environment and world permanently. So to me, this is always the toughest part. I've been glued to the TV, watching everything, being part of all the sessions, and it was so beautiful. But as we're wrapping up the QNET Carnival, and I agree with Chief, it's been tremendous. I just want to say a big thank you to all our, team corporate around the world. They put so much love, passion, efforts, and dedication into making it happen, to present all these products, to actually develop and create them in the first place, and then present them here to you, to all of us. It was unbelievable. So big thank you, guys. I also want to thank the V ambassadors, because their love and passion to support the corporate people, endorsing all the products and services, kind of putting it into a networker's language was very instrumental and important to get that message much better across. So you guys rocked. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you.
And of course, Chief, I think tonight you guys have prepared the most unbelievable anniversary program.
Yes.
Before that, we're going to hear from the V partners. So it's going to be a pretty unreal closing night tonight. And I look so much forward to that.
So QNET, congratulations. One of the best product sessions I've seen in 22 years. A shout out to all the corporate guys, the warriors, who truly did this with the philosophy of in service. All right.